North Korea firing more missiles in a single day than it ever has before. South Korean officials counting at least 23 on Wednesday, which prompted South Korea's first air raid warning in 6 years. CNN's Will Ripley is in Seoul, where South Koreans are wondering what prompted Kim Jong-un's latest provocation.
In South Korea, where North Korean nuclear threats often feel like background noise, this startling sound.
공개가 됐습니다. 경찰에 112 신고가 6시 때부터 시작이 됐다면서요. 잠시만요. 지금
The first air raid sirens in 6 years, urging Ulleungdo residents to seek shelter in underground bunkers. A North Korean missile came dangerously close to the island, crossing the northern limit line, a de facto maritime buffer zone between the north and the south. Pyongyang never officially recognized that line. Until Wednesday, they never fired a missile over it either. South Korea's President Yoon Suk-yeol holding to his hawkish stance on North Korea, calling the launch an effective territorial invasion. The missile actually fell just shy of the South's territorial waters. He infuriated North Korea this week, forging ahead with Operation Vigilant Storm, South Korea's largest combined military air drills with the U.S., 5 days of war games, 240 aircraft, thousands of service members from both countries. Pyongyang's foreign ministry promising powerful follow-up measures. For the Korean Peninsula, a day of unnerving firsts. The first time North Korea launched at least 23 missiles in a single day, skyrocketing tensions to levels unseen in half a decade. The first time South Korea and the U.S. responded by firing surface-to-air missiles near the North's territorial waters. CNN counts 29 North Korean missile launch events this year, including a barrage of 8 missiles in a single day back in June.
And back then, we thought that that was a lot. Now here we are, almost 3 times that amount, and it just keeps on coming. So why, Brianna, does Kim Jong-un feel like he can just do this without any consequences? Well, simple. He knows that China and Russia have veto power at the United Nations Security Council, and he knows that Xi and Putin are in no mood to work with the West and the U.S. right now on punishing Pyongyang as they bolster their own authoritarian alliance. And he knows that President Biden's eyes are focused on Ukraine and the upcoming midterm elections, which raises a lot of questions about what does he have planned next? Maybe that 7th underground nuclear test.
Yeah, we'll be watching for that. Will Ripley in South Korea, thank you for that report. U.S. officials think that Kim Jong-un has been secretly supplying Vladimir Putin with artillery shells for his unprovoked war in Ukraine. Katie Bo Lillis is part of the CNN team that broke this reporting today. So, Katie Bo, tell us how how U.S. officials believe North Korea is trying to conceal these secret shipments.
Yeah, Brianna, so according to recently declassified intelligence, the U.S. believes that North Korea is trying to make it appear as if these shipments are going to North Africa or the Middle East, anywhere but Russia. And remember, North Korea is one of the toughest intelligence targets for the United States, right? It's an incredibly opaque target. So as recently as a couple of weeks ago, U.S. officials were telling us that they had seen no evidence that these expected shipments of North Korean artillery had actually made it to the battlefield in Ukraine, leading some officials to speculate that North Korea might actually be backing away from its alleged agreement to provide this kind of military support to Russia. So it gives you a sense of how sort of opaque this space is. Now, thanks to a new piece of intelligence that has recently been declassified, the Biden administration does believe that these shipments are proceeding. But it's important to note that at this point, it doesn't seem like the United States has actually seen any of these artillery shells actually on the battlefield in Ukraine, with National Security Council official John Kirby saying earlier today that the U.S. is still monitoring to see whether or not Russia has actually received these shipments.
Yeah, and that's really key, right? That's really key. So also very key is this question of whether Russia might use a nuclear weapon. And I know that you are also hearing that there are U.S. officials who are divided on intel assessments of that.
The biggest issue here, Brianna, is that there's one decision maker on the nuclear issue in Russia, and that's Vladimir Putin. And as all intelligence officials will tell you, they cannot see in between his ears. So, for example, like as in earlier today, when we reported that the U.S. has some intelligence to suggest that Russian military officials have discussed speculatively whether or not they might use a nuclear weapon, the only decision maker that matters is Putin, and it's not clear what his thinking is.
Katie Bowe, thank you so much.